If we take a look at Watch What You Bet tonight, Teddy, really good NBA slate tonight. Embiid less or not Sixers tonight. When I punched up the script early this morning, Teddy, there weren't any lines out, but the lines did come out. And looking at the overall numbers that we see now, -7.5, total 232, that lends me to believe Joel Embiid is not going to be available in this ballgame tonight. Sixers are 31-34 against the spread in all line games this year. Just dropped a bad loss to the Bulls on a back-to-back game on the road just a few nights ago. Rockets 29-33 against the spread, 16-14 against the spread at home, and 10-14 against the Eastern Conference. Now Chris Paul's back in the mix. Should we see a little bit different Houston Rockets team tonight without Joel Embiid for the 76ers?
Well, I mean, the Rockets better hope it's different from that first meeting. The first meeting was a one-sided affair. Philly 121, Houston 93, an absolute blowout in that contest. Sixers with the win and cover at home. Now the Rockets look to repay the favor. And it's not like the Sixers have played terrible without Embiid. They're 4-3 straight up, 3-4 against the spread. But they're clearly not the same team. And Houston's not the same team right now they were a month ago either. Yeah, they've still got a couple of guys hurt in Fareed and Shumpert. But it's a mostly healthy rotation. They're riding a season-high tying 6-game winning streak. And they're playing really well. Mike D'Antoni, it's pretty good right now. Maybe too much. That's a red flag. Just trying to walk that line, but I trust my guys. I knew they were going to get it right. Now, obviously, the Sixers not pleased with what happened in Chicago the other night, second night of back-to-backs. They came up short at the end. Tobias Harris, after the loss, quote, "We've been in a couple of games now where the fourth quarter has been tight, kind of the same scenario as this one. Too many home run plays, too many turnovers, not really great execution on our end. When the fourth quarter comes, we've got to find a way to get to the free throw line, get in the bonus, and help ourselves a little bit, make it easier for ourselves, something that we can learn from and progress from." Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But right now, the Rockets are on a roll. Houston's not a team I'm looking to step in front of, especially even in this point spread range. Rockets have stepped it up a notch the last week or two. They appear to be a bet-on team for the first time all year moving forward.
Fighting for the top seed in the West, Teddy. Good one tonight. Nuggets-Warriors going to take place at Oracle Arena, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight on ESPN. Nuggets 35-29 against the spread in all line games this year. 10-6 versus Pacific Division foes, the Warriors. And we always use this moniker, Teddy, because we like to talk about the Warriors. They're always in primetime action, but the money burners that they are, 25-38 on the season, 23-35 against the spread as favorites, 11-20 against the number at home this year. But this is a big game. It's a little bit of a preview. And sometimes in this long, monotonous NBA season of 82 games, you finally get a step-up game that says, hey, look, we know you're in second place, a la the Nuggets, or the Warriors in first place. You want to get that little edge saying, you know what, late in the season, we took you down. We'll see you again in the playoffs. Good matchup tonight, Teddy, in the West.
Yeah, sure. There's no question Golden State is taking this game very seriously. Obviously, after returning home from their East Coast trip, getting annihilated by the Celtics in the first game back in the home court. Steve Kerr talking about, hey, we got to respect our fans. This is a game that the Warriors, against the number 2 seed in the West, absolutely have circled. It's going to make a difference. We're talking about a team that has not just been money burners. They're the single worst team in the NBA against the spread this season. The Golden State Warriors, the defending champs, have been your worst bet. 1-10 against the spread their last 11 overall. Dead last in profitability. During that span, 5 straight up wins without a cover. And to me, that's the red flag. That's when you start saying, all right, this team, we can't bet this team. We start to get the wins, but they're not covering. And yeah, they're winning, but they're not covering. It's been happening with Golden State all year. You know, you look at the numbers for the Warriors. Again, number 1 in the NBA in offensive efficiency. Since DeMarcus Cousins arrived in Golden State, defensively, they're giving up 119 points a game in that span. You know, couldn't get any stops against the Celtics the other night. Cousins, quote, "It's an adjustment, trying to figure things out with how we want to play with the coverages. I'm trying to meet the needs and coverages they want, but it's an adjustment period right now, trying to figure it out." Warriors aren't playing championship defense. They will have Klay Thompson back on the floor tonight, but, Denver had that 3-game skid, and they bounced back with a win over the Lakers. You know, that get-right game. Warriors haven't had that get-right game. I'm not laying with Golden State. I'll leave it at that.
No, hey, and it's going to be a good one, and it'll be an interesting one. But you're right, numbers are numbers. I mean, if they're not covering all year long, hey, I'm just going to buck the trend, and sooner or later they'll get it right. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But tonight, Teddy, we got a revenge on the mind in Buffalo. We got a sold-out crowd at Alumni Arena tonight to send these seniors off the right way, and all they've done at Buffalo during their time there. This should be a good one because, as I said, it is a revenge game. Bowling Green did knock off Buffalo last time out, and it just seems like in the MAC, when you go around, everybody has that target getting ready for Buffalo. But now Buffalo can actually exact the revenge tonight. Favored by 14, total of 162. Moneyline split plus 775, minus 1100. 6 p.m. tonight on ESPNU. Gearing up for that MAC title, because when we take a look at this, conference, Teddy, MAC's probably going to have a one-bid league if Buffalo runs through and win this, but they could actually get a two-bid league if Buffalo gets knocked off somehow in the Metro Atlantic, in the Mid-American Conference. This one should be good. Bowling Green 15-11 against the spread in all line games, 9-6 versus the MAC. Buffalo 16-11 against the number this year and 14-10 as a favorite. Good one tonight, 6 p.m. ESPNU. See what happens.
Do you think if Buffalo loses the tournament, they'll find a way to keep them out of the big dance at 27-3 or whatever they be?
I think
because they might.
I think they get it regardless. Yeah.
If I'm Buffalo, I feel much better about winning that tournament than about losing and then hoping the committee puts me in, even though we do expect them to go in. But look, there are no point spread bargains with the Buffalo Bulls right now. None. Look at the game against Ohio the other night. They were draining threes. They had 15 of them compared to only 3 of 17 from beyond the arc against the Bobcats. Didn't matter. They didn't cover. It's the defensive question for Buffalo right now. Nate Oates, after that win, I was happy with the way we shot the ball in the first half, but I wasn't particularly pleased with our defensive effort, which we need to improve on before Friday. With that being said, and this is another red flag, I am extremely proud of this group for everything they have accomplished this year. Winning the regular season, which they did earlier in the week, was just one of our goals for the season. I'm happy for the guys in the locker room. So I know it's senior night. I know it's all of that. I was the big winner of the week. They have bigger games next week. Revenge, sure. Defense, not quite there. I'm not inclined to lay the big price with Buffalo at home on senior night.
Now, and tomorrow, Ted, it's a shame we don't get to preview live Duke, North Carolina, if that's going to take place tomorrow. It doesn't look like Zion's going to play and maybe holding him out to the ACC tournament, but a lot of interesting information here on sportsbookview.com setting you up for NCAA March Madness action. Also, Monday, we'll have a nice little release here of a interesting tidbit that you can get in, maybe win some tickets and a flight, get to the Final Four. We'll have some more details on that